All right, here we are with is that the CEO of Tasman Fighters? Sorry there, Mick. We've got the young fella here today.
Yep, day off school.
Mate, big announcement today, co-main event, Justis Huni versus Kiki, Leutele in the rematch, 2022. It was a big fight. You know, some people say a little bit controversial. Mate, you've announced it today. What a fight.
It's an amazing fight. You know, like even back in 2022 when that fight was first made, it was a big fight back then. You know, it was a main event on a Fox pay-per-view. That just tells you how big this fight really is. And you talk about Justis Huni being a generational fighter in this part of the world. Justis could potentially in the future go down as one of the best heavyweights to ever come out of Australia and New Zealand. You know, Kiki Leutele, he's up there as well. Like he's 12-2. He's been beaten twice by two Aussies at the top of their game. And if you look at the guys that have beat Kiki, they've gone and done some pretty good things, and which is it's good for what he's done in the sport. So I just had a chat to him then, and he said after this fight he wants to do more, and he thinks he can have a real good shot at a world title fight. He's actually calling out Johnny Fisher, so that's going to be an interesting one.
We're with Johnny,
yeah, with Johnny in Vegas, and Johnny's always wanted to fight here as well. So that's a fight that we'd love to put on, mate. That'd be a dream fight, and that'd be a good fight. It'd be a good 50-50 fight too. So
next time we see Johnny, just make sure we explain to his father how to do the visas. And
well, they won't be coming for another 12 months, will he?
Poor bugger.
I know. So
great people though.
Great people, but look, you know, it's a great fight, and as I said, this could be a main event anywhere. You know, like especially in this part of the world. So Justis, you know, what he did in that last fight, and how he's gone to that next level, and you know, with 5 weeks' notice. And I know we talk about issues and excuses and things like that, but legitimately, Justis had excuses, and you know, he had 5 weeks' notice, and the team was divided. The team wasn't sure that Justis was ready because he had that operation in January. When they did the operation on his elbow, he took the chips out of his elbow. When they went in, they moved the nerve in the block when the anaesthetist, and every time he threw a jab, it was like hitting the funny bone. So he probably shouldn't have been in that ring anyway. And then 2 weeks before the fight, over in the UK, Justis was sparring and tore his bicep, the top end of his bicep, and it was getting worse. So Justis didn't do any more punching 2 weeks out. So, you know, and what he did in the ring that day, like, for a heavyweight to move the way he moved, to jab, move, I know Fabio, they were going to throw the towel in after the 9th round because it was death by 1,000 cuts. And they were giving Fabio one more round in round 10, and he went for it, and he flicked the switch, and he landed on the money. So it was just one of those things. So if he didn't do that, Justis would have went on and won that fight.
One thing I picked up on today, and I think it was the first time a lot of us have seen Kiki, I think, since 2022, was how fit he looks today.
He looks great.
Yeah, well, like he looks very, very fit. And I said to him, he's only had one fight in the last 12 months, trains every day, but he's very keen for this rematch, Mick.
Yeah, look, he doesn't lay down. He's one of those guys, he comes to fight, and he's not 12-2 for no reason. And there's a lot of good heavyweights that do come out of New Zealand, and they grow up. It's in their culture. They grow up fighting, and the amateurs over there, and there's some really, really good talent you don't even see unearthed from New Zealand. And with little help, he hasn't had the big promoters behind him, backing him. He's done it the hard way, and with his coach, Isaac's been very loyal to Kiki, and he's been beside him the whole way. And like, I think if Kiki had some genuine support behind him and backed him, I think he could give the heavyweight division a good nudge. So it's a good fight, but we know what Justis is capable of, and I expect Justis to come out fast. I expect Justis to wear him down. Like Justis is, he's learned a lot from that last fight. He's learned to be more patient. So I think Justis will get this win, and I think he'll have a massive night at the office, and he'll light him up. But I just think that Kiki could actually go on and do some really good things.